Hey guys, all right, trying to work on a couple videos on the build on this Rzr. This has been one of those things that like I've had to take an hour one day, half hour one day. Sometimes, you know, I'll start the next morning, the next evening. There's a lot of work that goes into this, to building the Rzr and everything I've done so far. So trying to slow it down a little bit so I can be a little bit more organized when I collect all the video footage in front of the computer and put it together for you guys. So hang in there with me. I'm trying to be better about it. I will do an overview video explaining all the different things that I've done to the Rzr afterwards, just to share it with you, because I've been looking for the content and I can't find it. You know, especially when it comes to like talking about 33s, 35s, you know, like what tires to go with, which ones that you don't want to go with, why I decided on the ones that I did. You know, that whole process, okay? And then something that I didn't really know, because again, the side-by-side world is very different than the truck world. Very rarely do we talk about beadlocks in this, in the industry, in this HD side of things, especially for the Chevys. You guys aren't really spending majority of the time off-road. So when I dove into these and found beadlocks, which I'm going to show you guys right now, let's kind of pan this way, is I have just a couple tools here, right? So I got a wheel, tire. I've already done 3 of them. And I believe, what was it, like a 10 millimeter I had to grab? I think it is. And basically what I do, so here's the wheels I went with from MetalFx. These guys are pretty cool over there. We're a dealer for MetalFx. They also make wheel and or truck wheels and stuff too. So they say in here, get rid of the mud scraper or modify it. So we'll do that in the next step. But basically, all you got to do is come take all of these off on the ring, and then you got to tighten it down once you get the tire on there to like 16 to 18 foot-pounds, right? So we just use the impact to get them all off, and then maybe snug them up with this so I'm not doing so many churns. And then we use the torque wrench set to 17 foot-pounds, and then we tighten everything back up. Cool thing is I actually throw this on the bucket over here, so you can actually see how they're going to look. I think they look pretty cool. I can't wait to see them on the Rzr itself. They're sitting at like 15 to 20 PSI on them right now. So I'm going to be getting those things mounted up later in this video, which will end up being tomorrow. But anyways, we ended up grabbing this the way it is, and we throw it on the bucket. I've seen people do it before like this. And then we're able to kind of like work the tire on and then use the pry bar. I only had to use it in one spot, and it was just enough for the whole tire to slide on. And I didn't even have to lube it up with like soap or anything. It literally just slid right on, and then I was able to bolt on the ring and everything. So I just want to go over that with you guys and show you. So I'll put the camera down right now and show you some of that process, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm starting to air that thing up right now, so that's going to be cool that that thing's done. Or once it's done, I'm probably going to let it get down to like 15, 20 PSI. It's at 11 PSI right now, so I'm going to go ahead and let that thing air up a little bit more, and then let that thing get to around like 15, 17 PSI, just to get the thing seated, make sure there's no leaks, whatever. And then I'm going to look, Tensor has on their website a recommendation for the PSI you should run it at based on your weight of your vehicle. So I'll kind of get an idea what the weight of the Rzr is. I have an idea already, but obviously I made some modifications to it, so I may add a little bit of weight to that, just kind of depending, you know, when I look around and kind of decide like, hey, what did I add? So yeah, so anyways, that part's cool. This thing's almost aired up. We'll have to take out the Rzr out of the trailer and stuff, and get to show you guys a cool update with like all the lights. Those aren't all completely finished yet. I still need to figure out a mounting position for the little Switch Pros thing, which is made by Rough Country. It's like an 8-gang switch. I don't know if there's like a name for it, but the Rough Country one's pretty cool and it seems to work. And I'll show you guys all the details and kind of like how and why I did what I did on the Rzr. So we'll kind of break that down as best as we can. And yeah, we'll go from there. So the next scene you're gonna see is probably gonna be in the daylight tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to do it tonight. We'll see. And dragging the Rzr out so we can start slapping these guys on. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so here's something pretty cool that I'm gonna do. So I'll set the camera down, but we got a scale right here. So that's zeroed out. I want to see how much these weigh compared to the stock ones. Yeah, like right there, I put my thumb sideways on it to balance it, and we're at 61 pounds and about 10 or 11 ounces. So I got this thing leaning against me. I don't know how much you can actually see the camera from here, but we're at like 51 pounds. And it feels 10 pounds lighter, that's for sure. So we gained like almost exactly 10 pounds by going to the new setup. And that's with 33-inch tensors. So we got 40 more pounds of rotating mass. I feel like majority of that weight is down in the wheel itself, right? So a little bit closer to the, you know, to the center, I guess, if you will. I feel like that's better than having all the weight on the outside. But yeah, for anyone that's curious watching the video, if you went to like MetalFx and some tensors, real life scenario, 10 pounds. So it's almost exactly that. Like we're talking within a few ounces. So let's get these things on there. All right, guys, well, you got it right here. So we got all the tensors and the MetalFx wheels on. I gotta say, I really like the wheels. I think the tires are pretty cool too. I wish they were more aggressive, like looking more like some of these mud terrains and stuff on the market. But I didn't want to jump to that because I just didn't want the extra rotating mass and the weight. So I wanted to go with functionality, you know, over looks on this one. So yeah, I'm just taking a look at it now as I have the camera in my hand. So I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks really good in the front. I think I really like the way that the size of the tire is. I've always never been really a fan of like the back of, you know, these Rzrs, because they're just, you can see the motor, you can see the muffler and all that stuff. So I tend to try and just focus more on the front end, and the wheel grabs your attention and I really like it. So I think it'll grow on me, that's for sure. But you know, tires are a wearable item, so I could always throw on some new tires later, or if I really, you know, I'm not sure later on, I could always go to something different. But Tensor makes some really good stuff, and you could probably argue some of the best on the market, the lightest weight on the market. So I just wanted to go in that direction for this build. So again, super excited. Now you guys get to see what it looks like. I'm gonna peel these stickers off before I drive around too much on them and churn on them, because then the stickers will be like super hard for them to come off, and I really don't like that. So that's all I got for you guys. Stick around for the next one. The next one's probably gonna be these PRP seats. I anticipate I see them in about a week from me filming this, so probably even shorter time from when I actually put this video up. Yeah, so that's all I got for you guys. I'll catch you on the next one.